visitor, Mr. Wakefield. It is customary in Ellismore to welcome strangers with hospitality. I should be honored if you would accept this invitation to join me at my manor for dinner and amiable. I've never actually said that word. I've read it. I know what it means, but I've never actually said it out loud. Conversation. Your new friend, Lord Donnan. Okay. That's not at all weird. In the least. It's just pretty fucking weird. Let's go this way. Is that an exit? No, it's not. What's this? The faint smell of fish and potatoes drifting through the shutter. This fish smells slightly rotten. Okay. Let's go to here first. Fence door is locked. Okay, so that's the graveyard. What's here? Hollow locked door. This door is locked. Everything's gonna be locked. Alright. Donnan Manor. Let's do this. Well, Dr. Wakefield, you're here on holiday then. Yes, indeed. I've come to enjoy a rest somewhere far from the stresses of city life. I see. Well, if it's distractions you've come for, you've chosen the right time of year for it. These days we celebrate a very special tradition of our kin. Something unique. We call it the Festival of Reunion. Fascinating. May I ask, what does it entail? According to tradition, for the next 3 nights, the spirits of reunion leave the confines of the other side and roam the hills of Ellismore. We wear costume and masks so that the spirits will not recognize us and make us the targets of their mischief. Certain rites take place too. But I should not bore you with the details. You shall have occasion to see for yourself. Exotic blend of black tea. A large statue of a person. It is so eroded by the passage of time it is difficult to tell any specific detail. There are 2 engraved panels on the wall. They appear to be ancient, but I cannot decipher their meaning. Anything else to look at? Is this the same? Yeah. Rug. An odd mosaic adorns the floor. It depicts 2 snakes biting each other. I think that's all I can look at, so let's talk to him some more. About all of it. The engraved panels. Do these panels on the wall represent the classical theme? I cannot seem to place it. They are the panels of the first king of Ellismore. In the days of the Druids, we worshipped the great god Lu, and our kings did right by those beliefs. Okay. What about the snakes? Well, I cannot help noticing this remarkable mosaic. It looks authentic. Yes, it is. Although some historians may disagree, we believe that this manor was built atop an ancient Roman villa. In our traditions, the double serpent represents a sentinel that protects us from the terrible threat hidden within itself. Okay. Oh, that statue. The statue is remarkable. May I ask what it represents? I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. He is a hero and high king of our myths. You seem to be knowledgeable about Ellismore's folklore. I should very much like to learn about this I can't talk today. This island's history in more detail. It is true that we in Ellismore cleave to the ancient traditions. We haven't lost touch with like some of those on the mainland, but I am no expert. If you are really interested, you should talk to Miss Foster. Please forgive my indiscretion, but do you consider yourself a religious man, Mr. Wakefield? No, I do not. You seem so certain. Why ask why? I'm a man of science. My only faith is the belief that all phenomena can be explained through rational inquiry. Everything is mere superstition, a result of the fear of the unknown. I see. Let us take a walk by the lake. From there we can see the beauty of the island as we talk and be better for it. Yeah, I really can't talk tonight. Christ. This is irritating. The marsh in this valley is, for simpletons, a wellspring of frightful tales. The educated among us enjoy the tales as little more than distractions, knowing us safe from those visions. We know these stories to be nothing more than superstition. But how can we be so sure that in the dense mist that emanates from the stagnant water, we may not find passages to other worlds? What if the wails that drift from the reeds in the darkest of nights are the songs of those from our worst nightmares? Many of the gods that men worshipped for millennia now lie buried in the common grave of oblivion. In Ellismore, we keep our traditions alive. Oh, they change just as the times do, but they always keep their essence. These are our roots, Doctor. I must now take my leave, as my presence is required to start the rites of reunion. Feel free to continue your walk on your own. The village can be found just beyond those hills. As I mentioned earlier, you may wish to speak with Miss Foster. She is something of a resident expert on Ellismore's history. She can often be found working late at the school, building right across the quay. It has been a pleasure meeting you. Farewell, Dr. Wakefield. It has been a pleasure, Clodonan. What's that? Just a barrel. An old barrel lies stranded on shore. A painted label reads mineral oil. It is sealed. Can I take it? I might need a liter. I can go over here. Oops. I clicked off the window and onto OPS. Alright. Nothing else over there. A broken old fence. Alright, let's go over here. Hills, village. Alright, so these are the hills. I'm not done exploring the hills yet. I mean, for all I know, I'm not going to find anything up here, but... and on the other hand... Excuse me. Hello, my name is Wakefield. Hi. What are you drawing? What are you drawing on the ground? It's a symbol, not a drawing. A symbol? What does it mean? It's the final truth that'll protect us from the marsh dwellers, but we're not allowed to say its name out loud. The marsh dwellers? Who are they? They're scary. My aunt Kathleen says they were really bad people. You'd never see them, but you'd hear them in the reeds. They try to take you in there with them. That's why we can't come here alone. We always have to have someone here with us. Okay. Oh, this guy. Is he going to say something now? No. That's weird. Definitely weird. That doesn't seem good. A huge hole lies in front of me. An ominous, chilling draft issues from within that sends shivers down my spine and makes me very uneasy. To a superstitious mind, it might seem like a passage to another world. I mean, come on, let's be a little open-minded, Doctor. This place appears to be the remnants of an ancient temple to some unknown deity. I mean, you've seen some shit, Doc. You should at least be open to the idea that something weird's going around. Even if you can't explain it. Let's go here. Can I go back up along the beach over here? No. Okay, so that's pretty much all that's over here. Oops, didn't mean to look at that. Alright, let's go back to the village. Oh, this is open. I did not notice that. Ribbon wrestles. A small mausoleum. The door has a small slot. I might be able to peer through it. Then let's do. Ominous prayer. Inside, a candle provides dim light. I can make out a statue of a hooded man. I can also hear someone whispering. No, I can't die yet. Not without knowledge. Is it so terribly unthinkable to truly understand the gods? Probably. How can we live only on faith? No, shut up. Knowledge is what I pursue, not faith nor assumptions. No, no man can face death believing that there is nothing on the other side. Yes, you are right. Now I understand. Okay. Odd. In the middle of the graveyard stands an old alder tree, which the locals call a fearnog. Many lanterns hang from it. I do not know for what purpose. The man hides his face behind a fox mask. He murmurs something in unison with the others, a muted prayer I cannot make out. Okay. I don't like this. What did he drop? I believe they were burying mirrors in a hole in the ground. What a peculiar tradition. Okay. There's something familiar about him. What is his lord? I suspect it is. Lord Donnan. I'm gonna keep looking around. Because I can. Locked? No. Let's not go through the fence yet. Let's go through the door. What is this? Looks like a school? Good evening. To what do I owe the pleasure? I'm a busy woman, as you can see. My name is Dr. Wakefield. I have come to Ellis Moor to rest for a while. Lord Donnan said that I might find you here. This must be Miss Foster. Have you let Lord Donnan? It has been so long since I have seen him here in the village. I hope he is well. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. Welcome to Ellis Moor. Lord Donnan. So you have not seen Lord Donnan lately? As far as I know, no one has seen him since, well, it has been a few weeks. Now that the festival has started, maybe he'll be motivated to join us in the village. What happened? Did something happen a few weeks ago? Oh, sure, it was truly terrible. Kieran, his only child, disappeared without a trace. He went off to play in the hills and just vanished. No one has seen him since. Good Lord. And you say he's not been found yet? How is that possible? We searched the island, but he was nowhere to be found. Tell me of him. What can you tell me about Kieran's disappearance? Just that he was a restless child who loved exploring deserted areas. You might learn more from his classmates. His desk was in the back corner. Okay, what about the festival? What can you tell me about this curious festival? It takes place when the constellation Reunion is visible in the sky. On those nights, dark things and spirits ride the winds that travel across the hills. As you may have already seen, at sunset the villagers don masks. They do this so that the spirits will not know them or carry them away to the depths of their underground caves. People at the graveyard. There was a group of masked people at the graveyard. Was that part of the festival? Yes, that was one of the first rites of the reunion, a very important one. As I said, people dress up to protect themselves from those that will come. But this is not enough. Since the mirrors they have looked into while changing know their identities, they bury them next to the old Fiernog. The roots of this tree grow in both worlds at the same time, so they keep the witness mirrors safe. Lord Donnan said you were an expert on the island's folklore. He said that, did he? Well, I wouldn't call myself an expert now, but I've lived here in Ellis Moor longer than most, and I've heard my fair share of stories about the other side and its people. Ask about the Cronmedian. May I ask you a question, Miss Foster? Yes, of course. Do you know the meaning of the word Cronmedian? Yes. It's a very unusual word. Very much indeed. Cronmedian is the sanctuary of the Crooked One. It is a cursed place, the dwelling of the devil. I recall it from the tales that I heard as a child. Of course.